I've always believed that to get anywhere in life, you need resilience, and that I haven't got where I am today for any extraordinary talent, but simply because if you do what you do for however long it takes and refuse to quit, success is only a matter of time.
Being a woman in a very senior position, and I don't think it matters what walk of life you're in, you are under a microscope of that's much fiercer, much closer on you, I think, than most men. And the language that people use about women is much more derogatory.
Men are employed on their potential, or they're promoted on their potential of what they might achieve. And women, if they are promoted on their track history. So you have a disconnect. And it's quite rare that a woman will be put into a management role based on her potential.
I think working in environments where you are marginalised and ostracised, and where you absolutely feel that you have to be really much better than everyone else to get on, that's really tough.
Sometimes criticism hurts. I think one gets used to it. And it hurts less, but all it takes is for you to be feeling vulnerable in your personal life, and external criticism can suddenly take on a resonance that it wouldn't otherwise have.
I do not take criticism kindly, but it's the most helpful thing that people can do. And I do have forced myself, in fact, to listen and modify my behaviour.
I probably wasn't as active in seeking out feedback as I should have been. And that was because I was really fearful of criticism.
If you admire the person that's criticised you and you've been upset by it, you just have to think, well, that's presumably because you think maybe they've got a point, and so you try and think how to address that point.
As I've got older and a bit more robust, I think I've got better at accepting criticism and also learning from it. And that's been the real key thing. So I take it less personally now.
Sometimes no is not a bad answer. I think no sometimes means not that way, but another way. And oftentimes a no has forced me to look at a problem or a challenge in a different way and to find a better way in the end to get around it.
It's just as important to think, well, the people who do get what I like doing are as valuable, if not more valuable, than the people who are criticising. And we're prone to think that criticism means so much more than praise.
So I remember going to, the senior executive and saying I wanted to try for this sales role, and he actually laughed at me. And I thought to myself, really? Like, you've got to be kidding me. I remember doing my first $1 billion deal, and I remember the guy saying to me, I really underestimated you, and admitting that. And over time, I became the president of that division, and I ran that business going forward. And but I remember that original point, I could have taken that advice from him, I could have taken the laugh and the "you can't do this" and moved on and continued doing what I was doing. But I was determined to change my direction and my future, and I was really happy I pursued it.
I persevere. I have a lot of staying power, and I think I will stick at something. And if we've agreed a goal, that's where we want to go and that's what the objective is, by hook or by crook, I will get there. And I think I will keep working at it. And even when it's looking hopeless or it's looking like it's not going to happen, I'll keep going.
I don't want to swear, but if I had a mantra, it would be something like Sodom. It was like, let's prove them wrong. I'm going to prove you all wrong. And I did actually. I was ambitious and I was promoted quite fast, but partly because I was just thinking, Sodom, all the time. I'm going to work even harder than you. I'm going to prove you wrong.